That's how my wife sits in the shower tray. Yeah. You also lost a nail here.
Here.
How low can you go? The lowest point in the shower.
And you don't even help your wife. Shame on you.
She said to me that I had to film. No, filming is not...
Shame on you.
HaShem. Thank you, HaShem.
Tell them how we sing it in Zion.
I'm flying on the carpet with the Baba Sali. I'm flying on the carpet with the Baba Sali. I'm flying on the carpet with the Baba Sali. I'm flying on the carpet with the Baba Sali. I'm flying on the carpet with the Baba Sali.
Here is the new salad bowl, wash basin. As mentioned, an improvement after the old one accidentally broke. And we sawed wood, but also the plastic guide rails for the sliding doors, both top and bottom. The plastic rails are placed on the beams. Because not everything is straight in the shower, the beam at the bottom has to slope slightly to the left to be completely straight and parallel to the top. In addition to the mounting kit used here, a few screws will also be needed to hold everything in place. Unfortunately, after measuring, the doors cannot quite be cut from this one wooden board. Fortunately, we have 2 boards, so everything will be fine. However, the newly purchased glue clamps are a bit awkward because they slip easily while securing. The holes in the doors are carefully measured and precisely centered, and Sarah then sands the edges a little. Antique stripe pine wood stain to darken the wood a little, which fits in better with the rest of the camper's interior and our style. The holes for the tap and the drain that runs through our sink to the wastewater tank have been neatly pre-drilled by Woolly Woodpecker. A nice job coloring the wood. Did Mr. Bean have a quick method with a pot and some fireworks? But then the rest doesn't need to be tanned, so we'll just do it properly. The result. Of course, we could have bought dark wood right away, but then the video would have been shorter and our wallet a little emptier. The wash basin now matches nicely. Just a little more sealant under the basin, which fortunately does not have a splintering protective layer. The sink spout is also sealed at the bottom and sides to make it completely watertight. Now it's time to seal the entire custom bathroom cabinet so that everything is closed. Excess sealant is carefully removed. while the cabling and tubes are hidden behind the sloping wall with vinyl and a pattern similar to that of the floor. However, the cabling is just a little too short because the previous sink was slightly different and set a little lower. So with plugs and an extra piece of cable, it is neatly extended, including heat shrink tubing and the lighter, and long-lived duct tape. Like we say in Dutch, it's a monk's job. It's a rabbi's job. Another hole needs to be drilled. The old system had different buttons for the pump for both hot and cold water. And our tap, which now only has cold water, does not control the water pump. So an extra button is needed. And another hole has to be drilled for it. Water basin, tap, pump button, check. Moving on to the base plate for the shower tray, so that the porta potty is standing slightly higher, which is just a little more comfortable. It's all that really necessary. Sawing, sawing, sawing. Then bring the plate inside. And I think it's sawdust that makes me sneeze. Again, not quite perfectly straight. And after checking if it fits, just a millimeter or two too big. So again, some extra sawing and rounding off the corners. Now put the bars underneath and screw them in place. Time to put the vinyl on with, yes, the same pattern as the rest of the floor. Staple it down and then trim off the excess edges. Yes, it fits almost perfectly with the vinyl floor that was already there. And also nice, no fingers were cut off. Let's try it out. Of course, imitating the feeling of doing a big job. Next job, put the now washed cushion covers back on. A small side note, a lot of renovation, but the cushions and covers are still in good condition after 40 years. And if covers are still in such good condition after 40 years and fit our style, no need to take them away. Now for a job that luckily we can do with the door open, thanks to the better weather. Because if smell video existed, you'd all be sitting there with a clothespin on your nose or an oxygen mask over your face. You almost feel like you're in the trenches of World War I. Epoxy for waterproofing or water repellency? Does that word even exist? Well, feel free to write us and let us know. Et voilà, un bathroom à la Emunah camper. Push it in and pop, yes, it comes off again. And because there's no shore power and the original household battery is empty, just imagine how it works. Just imagine the noises like beep beep, click click, slurp, slosh, etc, etc. Ooh, who's standing under our shower? Oh, yes. It's just for show. Nice shower curtain.